If anything is here, you are not welcome.
No mames, no mames, mira esa madre.
Oh shit!
Being alone in the dark can be unsettling. But what happens when you come face to face with something or someone you wish you'd never met? Tonight, we're diving into 13 of the most disturbing encounters ever recorded. Let's delve straight into the first disturbing encounter. Ali Aslan is exploring an abandoned house located deep in the middle of nowhere. Very few people have dared to check this place out, and those who did, they never saw anything out of the ordinary. But when Ali visited, that changed. As he walks through the decaying halls of the empty structure, his camera captures something unexpected.
Bismillah. Allahu Ekber.
At first, it sounds like a series of strange noises, shuffling, thudding, coming from somewhere inside the house. It's worth noting that it was raining at the time, so maybe the sounds were just the wind or the storm. That's possible. But what happens next, just as Ali is leaving the house, is much harder to explain. In the background of the shot, something or someone can be seen. It's quick, easy to miss, but it appears to be watching him, silently, as he exits. Ali only noticed it after reviewing the footage. He's still not sure what to make of it, but most viewers agree on one thing. Whatever this was, it had likely been watching him the entire time he was inside. And if that doesn't send chills down your spine, I'm not sure what will. If that caught you off guard, the next story will leave you speechless. The person who recorded this is known as Creed, and it just so happens that while taking a walk through a trail that nominee people know of something pretty disturbing was caught on camera. It was sometime in the afternoon when this incident took place. Creed had just started hiking only an hour ago, but for some unknown reason, that still haunts him to this day. The woods all of a sudden when quiet Creed immediately sensed that something wasn't right. He sees a bunny crossing the trail right in front of him when it suddenly stops dead in its tracks. Feeling baffled and a bit scared, he takes out his phone and captures this.
He was right there.
As he walks away, a disembodied voice can be heard coming out of nowhere. And if you listen closely, you can make out what sounds like someone saying, "Help me," in a muffled voice. Perhaps this might have been the reason why the bunny froze in its tracks. It was sensing danger nearby. although it could be that it's all Creed and froze out of fear. The eerie voice that's heard on camera has made viewers think otherwise. No one else is seen when the voice is heard. To this day, he's unsure as to who, or even what, was heard on camera. But as always, what are your thoughts on this? Could this be evidence of something supernatural? Or had something else been captured? Think that was wild? What comes next is even more unbelievable. If you've seen some of our previous videos, you might remember the name Lauren Combs. Over the past few months, Lauren has been documenting a series of strange and increasingly disturbing events inside her home. It began with small things, a doorbell ringing when no one was there, objects moving on their own. But it wasn't long before the incidents took a darker turn. At one point, Lauren even captured footage of her hair being pulled by an unseen force. Since moving in, she's had the growing sense that something inside the house isn't just strange, but actively malevolent. And she's not just worried for herself. She's deeply concerned about the safety of her dogs, who often seem to react to things she can't see. In a recently posted video, Lauren is standing on the porch, talking to her boyfriend on the phone. That's when this happens.
Hey, when you coming over?
I gotta wait for my work clothes to dry. Then I'm coming.
Okay, I'm hungry.
I understand that. I can't just not leave without my work clothes.
Okay, that's fair. Well, do you want me to just make something here?
What do you have?
I mean, like pizzas or maybe chicken nuggets, nothing crazy.
Do you have ranch at your house?
No, can you bring your ranch?
You bring mine?
Come on.
Dude, my f***ing door just closed.
Is that the slam sound?
Yes! And it's locked.
What the fuck?
I just got locked out of my house.
There's no one there.
Yes! Nobody's here!
That's kind of scary. Where's the door?
Luna! Luna's inside by herself. I don't even see her in there.
Well,
Hang on.
Don't do anything rash. Baby? Hello? Oh, she's nudged.
Without warning, the front door slams shut with force, as if someone had slammed it from the inside. Worried about her dog still inside, Lauren rushes to the back of the house and manages to get in through the back door. But the moment she steps in, that door suddenly closes behind her. And then, the doorbell rings again, on its own. It was at that moment that Lauren knew she had to get out. Fortunately, she was able to grab her dogs and leave safely. But the incident shook her so much that she spent the next few nights at her boyfriend's house, too afraid to come back. Eventually, she returns. But just a few nights later, something else happens.
Luna, come here. Sit. Come here. Can't see.
While alone in the house, Lauren opens a window. Moments later, a light tapping sound comes from outside. Some viewers believe that whatever was making that noise may have found a way in, because shortly after, a faint whisper is heard from inside her room. It's quiet, but if you listen closely, it sounds like someone or something says hey or hi. That whisper is what finally pushes Lauren to seriously consider leaving the house for good. And many viewers agree, it may be time for her to move out. Until then, it's likely the strange activity inside Lauren's home will continue, maybe even get worse. And like so many of her past recordings, this one too remains a mystery. That was bizarre enough, but the next twist might be the strangest of all. Chucho Gutierrez is a nurse working the night shift at a hospital in Veracruz, Mexico. It's just after 3 a.m., and like many nights before, Chucho takes a moment to film his colleagues as they relax during a brief break. It's a quiet moment, nothing unusual, but what his camera captures in the background leaves many viewers unsettled.
Son a las 3 de la mañana, cabrón. Mírala, jugando memes como siempre. Chica, no mames, no mames, mira esa madre. ¿Qué verga es eso?
As Chucho records, a small figure appears in the hallway behind them. It looks like a child, slowly walking past. But something about the way it moves seems off. Then, only moments later, the figure returns, this time crawling on all fours. No one else in the room seems to notice, and while some viewers have dismissed it as a trick of the light or a passing shadow, others believe it may have been something else entirely. Some suggest it could be the spirit of a former patient, perhaps a child who once stayed at the hospital but never left. In situations like this, many believe that a spiritual cleansing can help, a way to gently guide lingering spirits toward peace and away from the places they continue to haunt. Whether this was truly something paranormal or not remains unknown. But one thing is certain. For Chucho and those who saw it happen, this quiet hospital hallway will never feel quite the same again. That was unsettling, but the next one is on a whole different level of disturbing. It's 3:50 in the morning when a man named Aaron wakes up to the sound of footsteps echoing up the stairs of his apartment. He lives alone. Still half asleep, he cautiously walks toward the staircase to see if anyone is there. But what his camera captures in that moment is far more unsettling than he expected. To understand why this moment felt so disturbing, you need to know what happened just a few weeks earlier. Aaron had received a call from the police. His downstairs neighbor, someone he hadn't seen in a while, had been found dead inside his apartment. The stench that Aaron had been smelling for days, along with the flies gathering around the neighbor's windows, were signs of something far worse than he imagined. According to authorities, the man had been deceased for some time. Living directly above that apartment, Aaron couldn't shake the feeling of unease. Just knowing someone had died right beneath him was enough to keep him up at night. And then, one night, it wasn't just a thought that disturbed his sleep. 3:40 a.m., he hears a creaking noise coming from the staircase. The kind of sound that suggests someone is moving, slowly, deliberately, just outside of view. Then, from the bathroom, another sound, like someone shifting or hiding inside. Aaron begins to sense something, an invisible presence in the air around him. Ever since the incident with his neighbor, Aaron says strange things have started happening. Lights flickering, doors closing, footsteps where there should be none. It was getting harder to ignore. So, on another night, when something feels off again, Aaron pulls out his phone and begins to record.
Here we go again. The lights. Ooh. See? It's doing it again. I'm not gonna run. Oh shit!
As he films, the lights in his apartment start to flicker. Then, objects begin to move slightly, without explanation. It's as if something unseen is reacting to him, or even trying to communicate. This is when Aaron starts to seriously worry. Desperate for answers, he listens to advice from one of his viewers. As a last resort, they suggest performing a spiritual cleansing using sage and an egg. Unsure but willing to try anything, Aaron goes through with it.
Use what y'all said and put the egg in the middle of the room. The egg in the middle, okay. It keeps going out. Okay, that's good. Okay. If anything is here, you are not welcome. Is it going out? Oh, it's good. You're not welcome here. You have to leave. You're not welcome. I really didn't want to light. You're not welcome here. You have to leave. There we go. Don't show no fears. You're not welcome here. You're not welcome in the corners. The thing is moving. Not welcome here. You have to leave, find your way out. Okay, I think that's enough. I think I'm just getting the spirit mad.
While burning the sage, a floor lamp begins to shake violently in the corner of the room. Moments later, a small hanging object near the doorway begins to swing, without anyone touching it. But the most disturbing moment comes when Aaron picks up the egg he had placed on the floor and cracks it open. A dark, thick substance pours out. Not normal. And according to viewers familiar with the ritual, this is a very bad sign. They believe it's evidence of something evil residing in the home. Feeling more unsettled than ever, Aaron tries again, this time with a different type of sage, hoping it will do the trick. He opens all the windows and begins a second cleansing.
Okay. Here we go. So if there's a demon in here, you are not welcome. You have to leave. You're not welcome. Still smoking. It's barely lit. You know, people don't think that you're real. People actually think that you don't exist, but I want to show them. So show yourself. Don't be scared. Show yourself. Come out. Okay. Something's definitely showing itself. But it's okay because I got the sage and this. It's barely lit, but it's okay. It's still lit. I'm okay. I'm kind of scared to go around this corner. Oh, see. Here we go. Okay. Actually gonna turn on this light. Right now I kinda just wanna turn around. Okay. Well, if you're here, you have to leave. Or do something to this egg. Do something to this egg. Move it. Maybe it left out the window or something. Okay, let's go do the egg so I can leave my apartment. There's nothing on my hand, nothing. I want to get out of here. Okay, here you go. And again, I don't know why.
As he performs the ritual, footsteps can be heard descending the stairs. And this time, when he cracks open the egg, it looks even darker than before. Understandably, Aaron is shaken. Even his friends, who came over shortly after, witnessed something they couldn't explain.
So the TV turned off right now by itself. This has been happening too.
Nah, dude. Something like that, dude, you gotta. I feel like I've seen that before. You gotta. Whenever since I was young, you gotta like call it out or something. Like, you just gotta call it like.
Creepy,
literally, bro,
dude.
just like, is anybody here? Is anybody here? It's like, no, you just anybody here, sir?
During a casual moment, the remote control on the table slides across on its own. No strings, no tricks. It simply glides in a way that doesn't seem physically possible. With no clear explanation, Aaron now believes something supernatural is happening inside his home, and he's continuing to document everything, hoping that someone, somewhere, might be able to help him figure it out. But as always, you be the judge. What exactly is going on inside Aaron's apartment? Did you find this encounter unsettling already? Then brace yourself for what you're about to see next. A Reddit user named Loop recently shared a post that quickly caught attention. He writes that his spouse has often felt a strange presence inside their apartment, hearing noises, sensing movement, feeling watched. At first, he didn't give it much thought. He heard the sounds too, but always found a way to explain them away. Pipes, neighbors, maybe even the wind. That was until this photo was taken. It happened one afternoon, right after he got home from work. He just stepped out of the shower and was getting dressed. While in the bedroom, he opened his spouse's Snapchat and casually replied to a message with a quick selfie, writing, "No you." Seconds later, she screenshotted the image and messaged back, "What is that behind you?" What she was referring to is this. In the background of the photo, a face can be seen, staring directly into the camera. There's something about it that feels off. The proportions don't quite make sense. It doesn't look like anyone either of them know. Loop says he immediately went back into the bedroom, but saw nothing out of the ordinary. No figure, no signs of anyone having been there. Now, some believe this could simply be a case of pareidolia, our brain's tendency to find familiar patterns, like faces, where none actually exist. But in this case, it's hard to say for sure. Whatever the explanation may be, the image remains unsettling. And as always, it's up to you to decide. Was something paranormal captured in this moment, or was it just a trick of the light? You decide. And for now, let's move on to the next disturbing video. Since the early 2000s, a shopping plaza in Pacupa, Peru, has been a popular weekend destination for local families. Known for its size and family-friendly attractions, the mall regularly hosts events specifically geared toward children. Even the plaza's official mascot, often seen in commercials and around the premises, was designed with kids in mind. On most afternoons, it's not unusual to see groups of children running from one store to the next, or crowding around interactive booths that dot the mall's wide halls. One of those booths, a photo station where kids could take instant printed pictures, was a particular favorite. But in 2016, something went horribly wrong. A young girl named Valentina Yamalith had been playing near that very kiosk. What she didn't realize was that a loose cable from the photo machine had come into contact with a nearby metal railing. When she touched the railing, she was immediately electrocuted. The voltage was high, and by the time help arrived, it was already too late. Valentina was rushed to the hospital, but she passed away shortly after. Her family mourned for days. The mall issued public statements, and for a while, the community came together in grief. Then, as the months passed, people moved on. The booth was taken down. The plaza continued to operate, and Valentina's story slowly faded into the background. But recently, something strange has been happening. Security staff at the plaza have reported several unexplained events. Most notably, a surveillance video recorded after business hours captured something that many still struggle to explain. Let's have a look. The footage shows what appears to be a small child darting across the inside of a closed store. What's bizarre is the speed. It moves far too quickly for a human, almost like a blur. Some of the employees believe they know who or what it was. Given the history of the plaza, it's hard not to think of Valentina, especially considering where the footage was taken, just steps away from the former location of the photo booth where the accident occurred. Whether the video shows something paranormal or not, one thing's certain. For many, the tragedy of what happened in that mall hasn't truly gone away. But what if it's not happening somewhere else? But instead, strange things are happening in your own home. Let's see it unfold in the next video. It's late at night, and the house is quiet. The only person inside is Caitlin, who, for the most part, is used to being alone. But on this particular evening, something happens. Something that would later send chills through thousands of viewers who saw the footage she captured. To understand why this moment was so unsettling, you have to go back to August 8th, 2020. That was the day Caitlin experienced a life-changing accident. While out with friends, she had jumped off a rope swing from a considerable height. But instead of landing safely, she hit a pile of rocks, breaking her neck on impact. The injuries were serious. She spent weeks recovering at home, confined mostly to her room, with little contact from the outside world. It was during this time, alone, healing, and vulnerable, that Caitlin says something began to feel off. And then, one night, this happens.
Oh my god.
The camera shows Caitlin sitting in her room when suddenly, both doors near her open, seemingly on their own, and almost in perfect sync. There's no visible explanation, no wind, no one else in the house. Just two doors slowly creaking open as Caitlin sits frozen on her bed, too scared to even move. The video ends shortly after that, but what happened that night clearly stuck with her. And it didn't end there. Only a few days later, Caitlin records again. And once more, something strange happens. This time, it's just one door. But instead of opening, it shuts itself, quietly but deliberately, as if someone, or something, had been standing behind it. Some viewers believe the room itself may be haunted. Others think Caitlin may have captured something unexplainable, tied somehow to her accident. Since those two recordings, Caitlin hasn't spoken much about what happened. Maybe it's easier that way. Because no matter how much time passes, what she experienced during those long weeks at home still lingers in the background. An eerie memory she hasn't quite been able to let go of. And let's move on to the next shocking encounter. This next series of clips comes from a man named Bobby. He lives in a quiet house with his young daughter, but lately, things haven't felt so quiet. Over the past few months, Bobby has noticed strange occurrences. Doors opening on their own, footsteps echoing through empty rooms, and toys activating with no one around. At first, he brushed it off. But when the activity continued, he started recording everything. Of all the moments he's captured so far, one stands out above the rest. Bobby is sitting alone in his living room when he hears something coming from down the hallway. He pulls out his phone and begins to record. This is what he captured.
It's either in my room or Sky's room, but Sky's passed out right now. But it's crazy, yo. See, she's sleeping. See, I'm telling you, I keep hearing weird shit. I think it's coming from my room now. I don't know what that sound is, though. What the f was that, man? Yo, f this. F this.
From his bedroom, strange noises echo out, followed by the sound of footsteps coming up behind him. Not faint, not distant, right behind him. He quickly turns, shuts the cabinet near the noise, and leaves the room. Understandably shaken, Bobby continues to post updates, trying to make sense of what's been happening in his home. But then, something else happens. Something even more unsettling. A few weeks later, Bobby is alone again when this moment is caught on camera.
I know y'all hear the footsteps. I'm like shaking already. So early in the morning too. See, I know you hear them pacing in there. Nah, get out of here, man. Hello? I'm like freaking out.
Once again, the same bedroom door, the one where footsteps were heard, swings open by itself. There's no one on the other side. But the most disturbing clip wouldn't come until days later. This time, the activity doesn't come from Bobby's room, but from his daughter's.
It always gets crazy when I'm here by myself. Or when my daughter's sleeping. What? See? I told you. I'm on her piano again. Hello? See, there's her piano. Don't mind her room. She has so many damn toys. We gotta clean up like every day in here. Hello? But at least y'all caught that part. Yo. Nope. I'm good. Nope. I'm good. Shut that. I'm telling you, every time I'm here by myself, man. See, look, her piano's still going off in there, man.
While filming, Bobby captures several of her toys suddenly activating on their own. No movement, no one touching them. Just the sounds, mechanical voices and music filling the room, unprompted. Not much is known about Bobby or what might be happening inside his home. But the footage he continues to post has caught the attention of many who believe he may be dealing with something beyond explanation. And for now, Bobby is still searching for answers, as the strange events inside his house only seem to be escalating. If that made your skin crawl, get ready. This next part takes it even further. In this next video, two friends are casually hosting a late-night live stream. It's something they do often, just the two of them, playing video games and chatting with viewers, usually from the comfort of their living room. Most of their streams go by without anything out of the ordinary. But during one all-nighter, something happens that would not only unsettle them, but also their entire audience. It's around 5 in the morning when the first sign appears. A strange noise is heard coming from the kitchen. The sound isn't loud, but it's close, just a few steps away from where the two are sitting. At first, they assume it's nothing. One of them even suggests it's probably a family member grabbing a snack, which wouldn't be unusual at that hour. So they continue playing. But a little while later, something happens that stops the stream altogether.
Oh, hijo, dale. Cierra la cola, no la cola. Dale. ¿Qué es eso? Fíjate si es un niñito por ahí. ¿Qué va? No cerrar. Mirá, exacto era. Iba a cerrar un pez. Las 5 yo. Las 5 yo.
While still live on camera, the fridge door swings open, slowly and quietly, as if someone had opened it to grab something and just forgotten to close it. Since one of the boys has a brother who often wakes up early to cook, they chalk it up to that. One of them walks over and gently shuts the fridge, but as he turns around to go back to the couch, a chair suddenly slides across the floor, moving several inches completely on its own. There's no one near it. No one had touched it. And in that moment, both boys freeze. The live stream ends soon after. Many viewers who saw it unfold in real time believe the moment was genuinely supernatural. Others remain skeptical. But no matter the explanation, what was caught on camera that night left an impression, not just on the boys, but on everyone watching. Had something paranormal visited the kitchen that night? Or was it just a strange coincidence caught on camera? I'll let you decide. That was only the beginning. What's next is even more unsettling. Let's see it unfold. A home security camera records a quiet moment in a child's room. The baby is inside a crib, gently moving around, while his mother is nearby in the same room. It seems like a normal night, until something very strange happens. Later that evening, the mother decides to check the footage. She had been startled earlier when her son began crying suddenly, and loudly, without any clear reason. But it wasn't until she watched the recording that she realized something truly unsettling had been captured. She later shared the clip online, writing, "I'm still trying to figure out if the camera glitched, or if something pushed my baby." Here's what she saw. In the video, the child is visible one moment, and the next, he's gone. It looks as though he's been pushed down with force. But what's most disturbing is what continues to happen in the background. The cradle behind him keeps swinging smoothly. No skipped frames, no camera lag. If this were a glitch, the entire video would have stuttered, but it didn't. The swing's motion stays completely fluid. So if the camera didn't glitch, what exactly happened? No one else is seen in the room, just the mother and her child. And nothing visibly touches the baby before he suddenly drops out of frame. Understandably, the mother is still shaken and still searching for answers. As with many of these clips, there's no clear explanation. Could it have been a glitch after all, or something else? I'll leave that up to you to decide. You thought that was intense. You're not ready for what comes next. The video you're about to see was posted by a man named Andy Winehouse. Andy has been dealing with unusual events inside his home for some time, But what he captured recently has left him completely shaken. In a follow-up clip, filmed shortly after the incident, Andy tries to make sense of what happened.
Okay, for anybody asking, this is my family home. I grew up here, and we've never had a single experience like this. I don't know what is going on. I'm getting a lot of comments saying I'm doing it for views, and I'm doing it for likes, and I promise you I am not. Don't like the video, don't comment if you don't want to. I just need somebody who knows what this is. Please reach out. I don't care if it's in a comment or privately, just please reach out. And please just help me. I don't know what to tell my wife when she gets home. I can't afford a hotel for the night. We're doing a remodel in the bathroom. And everything's just going to right now. And I'm not trying to be dramatic about this, but I have no idea what to do. And everybody in the comments all day has just been freaking me out. And I want to think this is just in my head, but I keep listening to it over and over and over again. Is there somebody please reach out with an answer or some help or something?
He appears visibly distressed, staring off, struggling to speak. His reaction says it all. Whatever happened inside his home that night left a deep impact. Luckily, Andy had been recording when the event occurred, just in case no one would believe him. Alongside the video, he included a message. "I don't know what to do at this point. Things got weird last night and I had to sleep in my car. I am safe, but I'm not doing well. I need help." And here's the moment that caused him to leave his house.
Come here. Come here. Come here. What the heck? Come here. Come here. I talk to you. Come here.
In the video, a voice can be heard, but it's not just any voice. It sounds exactly like Andy's own voice, echoing from another room. There's no explanation for how or why this could be happening. Was someone or something mimicking him? Andy is convinced that what he captured was real, something supernatural. But as with most clips like this, the truth remains unclear. For now, the video is left open to interpretation, and it's up to you to decide what really happened inside Andy's home that night. Did you find these 12 videos disturbing? Then brace yourself for the last disturbing video. This next video comes from a mother who was keeping an eye on her child through a baby monitor when she noticed something that left her completely unsettled. She later shared the footage online and wrote, "My 10-month-old son was taking a nap. I checked on him via the baby monitor and noticed something odd. I have no idea what I caught on camera, but I'm still freaked out." Here's what she saw.
What the hell is this thing? There's Cameron.
Between the bars of the crib, a face appears. It's faint, but clearly visible, and it seems to be watching the child as he sleeps. The expression is hard to read. It doesn't move, but it's there, staring. Disturbed by what she saw, the mother immediately walks over to her son's room to investigate. She checks every corner of the room, near the crib, under it, behind it, but there's nothing. Whoever or whatever was visible on the monitor doesn't seem to be there anymore. Now, some have suggested that this could be a simple case of pareidolia, that human instinct to see faces where there are none. Perhaps it was a toy or a pattern on the playmat near the crib. But the mother insists it couldn't have been the mat. Even after she moved it, the face remained. And that's what makes this one so unsettling. There's no clear explanation, no trick of the light, just a strange face watching a sleeping child that vanishes when someone enters the room. Is it something paranormal or just an eerie coincidence? That's for you to decide. Watch the clip again and see what you think. That's all for today, folks. If you want to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.